Hello everyone, my name is Tavi Ginariu. Welcome to EliteGuitarist.com. Today we're learning how to play Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, written by Johann Sebastian Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach was a minister of music at a church in Leipzig, Germany, and he would write pieces like this for his Sunday morning worship services. This is an instrumental piece, also interspersed with a chorale, with a cantata. And so a four-part choir would sing different portions of this piece. You'll recognize the chorale part in the long chords that we're going to play, and the instruments would play the triplet, cascading portion of this wonderful piece. Without further ado, let's just get straight to work and learn how to play this wonderful piece of music. This piece is written in 3/4, which means there are 3 quarter notes in each bar, but each quarter note is divided up into triplets, which has this beautiful flowing cascading effect. So let's begin. The first set of triplets are as follows. Let's break that down. The first note is G, played with the 3rd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, followed by an open 3rd string G and an A note played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret. And now I'm going to play a G major chord. The notes here are G, D, G, and B. The first G note again is played with the 3rd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, and I'm going to pluck with I, M, A 3 different strings, and those are the open 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. Let's practice these first 4 notes. Followed by a D note played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and then a C note played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. Now I'm going to move forward to a new chord, which is a C major chord. But I have this C note that will function as an anchor upon which to form the next chord. So, see that C note? I keep that finger pressed and then form a C chord. I'm going to play C, E, G, and C. The first bass note, C note, is played with the 3rd finger on the 5th string 3rd fret, followed by E, played with the 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret, open 3rd string, and then a C note already pressed with the 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. As you pluck these chords, I would make sure that there are no strings that really stand out in terms of volume, but you're gonna be able to hear every single voicing of that chord. Let's practice this again. Followed now by the open 1st string E, and then a D note played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. Now I'm going to form a G over B chord, and I'm going to replace the D note with another D note, in fact, but this time played with the 3rd finger. And this finger will press the 2nd string while the 4th finger still presses that D note. So I'm positioning the 3rd finger right next to the 4th string, not right next to the 4th finger, applying pressure on the string and then removing the 4th finger, and that provides for a seamless transition of fingering there, but still maintaining that note sounding. So now this chord here, the G over B, is B, D, G, and D. The first B note in the bass is played with the first finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, open, 4th string D, open, 3rd string G, and then a D note played with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, followed by G and F sharp. The G is played with the 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. The F sharp played with the 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And as you play these G sharp and F sharp notes, make sure that that foundational chord continues to sound throughout the entire grouping of triplets. And now I'm going to move to an E minor chord. The notes here are E, G, B, and G. The first E note is played with the 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, played together with the open 3rd string, open 2nd string, and then a G note at the top of the chord played with the 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Again, so the next note is a D note played with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, followed by the open B note, which is the open 2nd string. So in context, now I'm going to play 2 open strings, and those open strings are the 6th and the 3rd, open E and open G, with a legato, which is a hammer-on from G to A, followed by B, open 2nd string. That A note is played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, followed by an A minor chord. The notes here are A, E, A, and C. Open 5th string, E played with the 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, A played with the 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then a C played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. So A, followed by D played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then open 1st string, high E note. So I'm going to go back now to a G over B chord. I'm going to pluck simultaneously B, D, G, and D. The B is played with the 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, played together with the open 4th string D, open 3rd string G, and then a high D note at the top of the chord, played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, followed by C and then B. The C is played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then open 2nd string for the B note. And then I'm going to play an A minor over C chord. This chord is played as follows. I'm going to pluck C, E, and A simultaneously. The C note is played with the 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. The E note played with the 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and the A note played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, followed by B, open 2nd string, and then open 3rd string G. So let's review this first line, bars 1 to 3. The beginning of bar number 4. A and F sharp played together. A is the open 5th string, F sharp played with the 4th finger on the 4th string, 4th fret, followed by open 3rd string G, and then A note played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then I'm going to play an F sharp and D together. The F sharp is played with the 1st finger on the 6th string, 2nd fret, and D is the open 4th string. So F sharp and D together, followed by F sharp, play with the 4th finger on the 4th string, 4th fret, followed by A, played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. So, and now I'm going to release the bass note, and I'm going to play a D and C together. Open 4th string played simultaneously with a C note. That C note is played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And I'm going to pull off to a B note. So from C, pulling off to an open 2nd string B. When you pull this note off, make sure that you do not go overboard and pluck other strings. You could simply pluck and rest on the next string, and for added security you could maintain the A finger planted on the high E string to avoid any accidents and mishaps there. Followed by A, played with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Let's review bar number 4. This next section will seem somewhat familiar. This is a G chord, G, D, G, and B. The first bass note here is played with the 3rd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then I'm plucking the open strings D, G, and B, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string simultaneously. Followed again by a G note, played as the open 3rd string, and then an A, played with the 2nd finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Then an E minor, and here I'm plucking E, E, G, and B. Open 6th string, then another E note played with the 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, followed by G, open string, and B, open 2nd string. Followed by D, played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then an E note, and then a C note, played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. So, starting with E minor chord, and I'm using this C note as an anchor upon which to form the next C major chord. And this chord, you have encountered it in the beginning of the piece. C, E, G, and C. C played with the 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. The E note played with the 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And then open 3rd G string. And of course the C note at the top of the chord played with the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. So, followed by open 1st string, E note, and then a D note, played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And then I'm going to form exactly the same chord that you have already encountered, plucking B, D, G, and D. Followed by G, played with the 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and then F sharp, played with the 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, E minor chord, plucking E, G, B, and G. The E played with the 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, open 3rd string G, open 2nd string B, and then a G note played with the fourth finger on the first string, third fret. And now D played with the third finger, second string, third fret, followed by a B note, which is the open second string. Then I'm going to play the fourth and the third string simultaneously. D and G, fourth open string, and then the third open string G, followed by A played with the second finger, third string, second fret, and then open second string B. Then I'm going to form another C major chord, and these two notes are C and E played simultaneously. The C note is played with the third finger on the fifth string, third fret, and then the E note played with the second finger on the fourth string, second fret, followed by a D note. This one is played with the fourth finger on the second string, third fret, and a C played with the first finger on the second string, first fret. And now I'm going to slide that C note to a C sharp note. The C sharp is played with the third finger, fifth string, fourth fret, together with B open second string, followed by A played with the first finger, third string, second fret, and then a G note, open third string. And now I'm going to use exactly the same third finger to move even a fret over to play a D note. So this is the third finger pressing the fifth string on the fifth fret for a D note, followed by a G open third string, F sharp played with the second finger, fourth string, fourth fret. And now I'm going to make a bar chord. It's a G major bar chord, and if you're a beginning student, this may be rather challenging to do in the beginning. You'll feel quite a bit of pain and pressure on this thumb muscle at the back of the hand. Do not push it too hard. You have to figure out where that fine balance is between pressure and pain, and then not causing significant damage to your hands. So practice it a little bit, put pressure, form the chord in the air, touch the strings, imprint the chord, and then put pressure with the thumb. Also, in order to make these bar chords ring better, use the gravity, the force of gravity to pull down on your hand, and rather than just pressing towards the fretboard, against the fretboard, allow the left hand to basically pull the strings down a little bit, and you'll get even more strength in making that bar chord ring clearly. And here's the bar chord. The first finger presses all 6 strings on the third fret. The second finger will play a B note, which is on the third string, fourth fret. The fourth finger will press a D note, which is on the fifth string, fifth fret, and then the fourth finger presses a G note, which is on the fourth string, fifth fret. Now, the way I'm going to play this chord, this arpeggio, is as follows. I'm plucking the 6th and the 4th string together, followed by the B note, third string, followed by the second string, first string, G, back to D note, back to B, then G, back to B. So bar number 8 will sound something like this. Okay, so let's rehearse now bars 7 through bar number 8. Okay, notice that the transition between bar number 7 and bar number 8 contains a common finger that connects the two bars. That common finger is the third finger pressing the D note. So I can release everything except the D note. And that serves as an anchor finger that will help us in the formation of this chord. Alright, and let's stop there for the first part of this tutorial. This is the triplet section, and now we're going to introduce the chorale section.